All right. So you are still blowing accounts, probably faster than you would like. Now, with trading funded accounts, blown accounts are bound to happen, okay? That's just part of trading. But these accounts should not just get blown up in one day. That should not happen. And before we talk about how to prevent that, because we are going to, and you might think, oh, there's no magical hack to just prevent this. There is. If you actually listen to this video and take the information and apply it, it genuinely is impossible to blow an account in one day. Now, why do accounts get blown so quickly when we don't plan to? Well, there's a few different things in my experience that happen. The first one is, let's say you take a loss on the day, and that loss is just a little bit heavier of a loss than you're comfortable with. So then you're like, okay, I need to make some of that back so it can be just a normal loss. But then you end up losing more. And then that spirals out of control and you end up blowing the whole account. And you're just like, what the fuck just happened? The second thing is, let's say you take a win on the day, but you think you can just squeeze out a little bit more, but then you end up losing most of what you won. But even though that money is not in your bank account yet, even though it's not a realized P&L for the day, your mind still thinks of it in a way to where that money was mine, I need to get that back. And then you end up losing more and more and more, and then finally you just blow the whole account. Now, in trading, we know that losses are inevitable. There is nothing you can do to prevent them from happening. Even if you have a high win rate strategy, around 70 to 80%, 20 to 30% of your trades are going to be losses. And when you take a loss, there's two things you can do. You can either stay on the chart and try to make that back, or you can shut your computer down for the day and walk away. Now, let's really quickly go through the risk reward of both options. So option one, you stay at your computer and you still continue to trade to try to make that back. The reward of that is, let's say you do end up taking a good setup and you make that back, maybe plus even a little bit more, then what? You're up maybe 1 to 200 on the account, or maybe you're just at break even. Versus the risk of that, let's say you take another setup and then you lose even more. Let's say your account has a $2,000 drawdown, you take a $500 loss, then you take another $500 loss. That puts your mind in a state where it says, okay, I only have half my account left. Today's already gone to shit. How much more shit can it be? Let's just full port the account and try to make everything back. And then boom, your account just blows up in your face right in front of you. Now let's go over the risk reward for option two, which is shutting off your computer after a loss and simply just walking away, calling it a day. The reward for that is you don't have to worry about blowing an account because you're done. You've taken your loss. You've accepted that that's part of trading and you're doing something else. The only risk to that I really see is, sure, maybe once in a while there will be a separate A+ setup that presented itself. You take it, you make back your loss, and maybe you're even up a little bit on the day. The risk is that you miss out on that opportunity. So if you look at the bigger picture of both options, the biggest risk is that you just blow your accounts. And the biggest reward is that you end the day break even or slightly above. Which one do you think outweighs the other? Think about it. And I know it's easier said than done to just walk away from your computer after taking a loss, because you have the ability to keep trading and to try to make that back if you really want to. I have been doing this for years. I've been through all the ups and downs. Trust me when I tell you, I understand. But there is a way to forcefully make yourself get up from your desk, walk away and be done for the day. And that is by setting personal lockouts on your accounts. I know, you might be sitting there thinking, oh, well, no shit, we all know that. The thing is, I see people do this wrong all the time. And so I want to explain to you how I do it. The way that I have always gone about this is you have a few different options when you set lockouts. You can do like the time of day, you can lock yourself out. You can do max amount of trades, or you can do personal daily loss limit. Personal daily loss limit is the way to go 100% of the time. Because if you think about it, let's say you lock yourself out at 11 a.m. You can still blow an account before 11 a.m. If you lock yourself out after 2-3 trades, you can still blow an account within 2 to 3 trades. To whereas if you set a personal daily loss limit, you can't blow the account. It's impossible. In this way, with using the personal daily loss limit rather than doing the max amount of trades, Let's say you enter a trade and you get break even on that trade. It's part of your plan. And now you're looking for a better A plus entry to present itself. Well, if you do the max trades per day and you set it at 1, you can no longer capitalize on what could be a very good setup. Versus if you just do the daily loss limit, now you're giving yourself the opportunity to take another stab at a trade that you have A plus conviction in. Me personally, with the way I trade, sometimes I will take a starter size in a position that I'm 90% convicted in, but not 100%, and I'll look to add to that. I'll just make sure I go break even quickly. And if I get break even on that, another A plus setup presents itself, but I'm locked out for the day. Well, that doesn't really help me much. That's just taking away profits. So that is why I'm a very heavy advocate for just the personal daily loss limit. That way it doesn't fuck with your actual trading itself, doesn't fuck with your psychology. All it can do is benefit you. There's no downside to this. Now, I like to be as transparent as I possibly can with you guys. And this past weekend, with all of the news coming out about the war, I expected some pretty volatile and unpredictable conditions going into the market this week. So just to make sure that I was protected, last night, I made the decision to set a personal daily loss limit on all of my accounts. All the accounts that I'm copy trading have a personal daily loss limit. And that does not make me a bad trader. That does not make it so I am admitting to myself I can't control my emotions. That's not what that means. All that is, it's just protection. It's forced protection. Nothing bad can come from making sure that you're protected regardless of what's going on. It's like if you're a professional fighter, you know you can kick some ass. But if you're riding the subway in New York and 3 dudes come up behind you and sucker punch you, you know you can still get fucked. And that's part of being a profitable trader, is realizing that no matter what stage you're at, you can always experience fuck ups. You're not immune to any errors, and you need to constantly do everything you can to protect yourself from these things happening. So if you're blowing accounts quicker than you'd like to, go set these lockouts for yourself. Go set the personal daily loss limit. I'm telling you, because sure, in the market, while market's open, let's say you take a loss, it's gonna be a little bit hard to accept the fact like, damn, I have to get up from my computer, I have to be done, I don't have a choice, chart still looks good, man, this sucks. But I promise you, a few hours later, you will thank yourself for setting the lockout. Because one day is gonna come when you don't have lockout set, you decide to revenge trade, and you blow up everything, you are going to wish you had those lockouts set, I promise you. So there it is. I have just magically made it so you can no longer have a crash out day and blow your account because of it. But as always, I have the link to join my free Discord that's gonna be in the description of this video. I post my bias every single day, exactly what I'm looking for. I review all your guys' trades with the brutal, honest truth. I tell you whether it's a good trade or a bad trade, whether it's a win or a loss, and it's all completely free. So go join up, but I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.